Hello chums, Robert Ross here in Comedy Cottage. How are you doing on this lovely Thursday? Right, a few things today. It's quite a long one today, but buckle in, it's going to be worthwhile. First things first, tomorrow's pick for Talking Pictures TV is at 5:30, straight after the daily run of the sitcom For the Love of Ada, which I mentioned yesterday. But 5:30 tomorrow is a lovely film, very rare film actually, not often seen on TV, and it's called Nothing Barred. And it stars Norton Wayne, a few years after the death of his comedy partner Basil Radford, Charles and Caldecott and all that. But Norton Wayne plays Lord Whitebait. Oh yes, he's an impoverished head of the mansion, Lord Whitebait. He needs to make some money fast. Enter, stage right, Brian Rix. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, watch it. It's a glorious film and a reassuring presence. Always, Terry Scott is the police constable. So there, what more do you want to know? 5:30 tomorrow afternoon on Talking Pictures TV. Now, tonight on BBC One from 9 o'clock, the new series of The Real Marigold Hotel starts. Lots of comedy credentials in that. The wonderful, ever glamorous Brit Eklund's in there. Susie Blake, the best deadpan actor in the business. Very well loved from her work with Victoria Wood, of course. And that comic genius, Paul Chuckle. So come on, we're going to sit and watch that. 9 o'clock, BBC One. Laughter guaranteed. Okay, so today, oh yes, I want to mention something else. Neil Innes, the late great Neil Innes, a dear friend of mine who passed away at the end of last year. He was working with a record company called Cherry Red Records, and we'll put their website at the bottom. They've just this week reissued his first solo album, which is a treat, and it's chock full of bonus tracks from his days with Bonzo Dog Doodah Band and his own solo stuff. So it was a thing that a project Neil was very closely involved with. That's just come out. So yes, remember a comic genius and one of the nicest people who ever drew breath, Neil Innes. So we'll put that website down there. It's only about 10 quid, so go on, treat yourself. It's Thursday, why not? Bring a bit of joy into your life. Talking about Neil Innes also reminds me that it's the birthday today of my good pal Alan G. Parker, writer, historian and filmmaker extraordinaire. I've worked with Alan a lot over the years, particularly on EMI releases, lots of Carry On releases and Python releases. He's also the man that directed the elephantine Monty Python documentary, Almost the Truth. So happy birthday, Al. When this is over, we will be in the bar. I'm sure it'll be the Spice of Life. Where else? Anyway, happy birthday. Have a good one. What else today? Oh yes, it's also, of course, National Health Day today, although every day is National Health Day. It's the day that we should clap our carers and celebrate what they're doing, which is a thing we should do every day, and I've certainly supported them all my life. I'm glad the government are just catching up. Ooh, bit of politics there, thank you Ben Elton. But tonight is the big clap for the carers across the nation, across the world. And to celebrate this in comedy style, I've got another wonderful caricature from Aidan Farr, who did that Carry On NHS, the Sid James one, I think on Sunday's film. So I'm going to share this one now. This is a lovely one of Kenneth Connor. Kenneth Connor, who was there from the very start of the Carry Ons, of course, in Carry On Sergeant, and was the headliner in Carry On Nurse. Look at him there, looking joyful, beloved by all the cast, all the crew, and all the fans of Carry On. So thank you, Kenneth Connor. There we go, and thank you, Aidan Farr. There may be some more coming along later on in the week. I love those, don't you? Yes. Anyway, brilliant. And also today, of course, another birthday, 100 years old. Captain Tom, or now Colonel Tom, what an amazing man, what a national treasure. I was fully prepared to be very cynical about the single he released, We'll Never Walk Alone, with Michael Ball. I played it just before we started filming, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm a big softie at heart, you know that, don't you? But if you haven't got it, please buy it. It goes for a good cause. It supports the National Health Service. Always support the National Health Service. And yeah, it's a lovely, lovely thing. So a happy 100th birthday to Colonel Tom. Wow, amazing. Keep on walking. And I think that's about it. Oh, no. I should mention, of course, yesterday's little brain teaser, which was revealed over on my Instagram Daily Comedy post yesterday. Who is the actor with the longest concurrent run in the West End? The answer is Derek Guyler, the late Derek Guyler, who appeared in the very first production of The Mousetrap way back in 1952 in the West End, and until the theatres went dark just last month, he was still there. He's the voice who you hear on the radio at the start of the show announcing the description of the murderer. So when you go and see The Mousetrap, when we get back into the West End and the theatres are lights again, go and see The Mousetrap and you'll hear the wonderful tones of Derek Guyler. Now, this brings me on to today's comedy chum. Oh yes, it's not Derek Guyler, alas, but it is a person, an actor and a very, very dear friend of mine who was starring in that run, the West End run of The Mousetrap, when the theatres went dark. So it's a wonderful performer of the name of David Boyle. So David, take it away.
There you see. I don't know why I'm doing that, boys. My west window has all the elegance of Chaucer, with none of the concomitant crudities of the period. But that's Alec Guinness. Anyway, this is a hats off to you. Because you always have a comedy hat in your videos. Check out the Robert Ross YouTube comedy channel, where Rob talks about everything comedy, because in this social lockdown, we need comedy. Yes. So, do you know where I nicked this from? No, nor do I. This one? No, never. But the two of us have this... Oh, now, before I'm interrupted by my adulation of Robert, and the song finishes, may I say a big hello to Fiona, his sister, who saw me on The Mousetrap, yes, where I was playing Mr. Paravicini. What is with the music at I make? The children of the night. No, that is a vampire. The wrong character, but it doesn't matter. Very well, Jezebel, very well.
Okay, thank you, David. That was wonderful. We love you. You are completely barking mad, almost as mad as me, but that was a joy. Lugosi is in there, Alec Guinness in there, and thanks for the shout out to my sister. When we went to see David in The Mousetrap, I think it was the start of this year, he very kindly and graciously, because my sister is obsessed with The Mousetrap, it's her favourite play, we went backstage and David gave us a guided tour of the set, the stage setting. Fiona even sat in the chair and looked at the clock. Now the clock on the mantelpiece, again, you go and see The Mousetrap, the clock on the mantelpiece has been in there since the very beginning. So there we go. And one more final birthday shout out today. David mentioned the play What I Wrote, Jeepers Creepers, about Marty and Loretta Feldman, directed by Terry Jones, our dear departed friend Terry Jones. Our assistant director was Merrick Jones, better known to you lot as David Barry or Frank Abbott in Please Sir. So a lovely happy birthday to David down the line. Merrick, again, beers on me when this is all sorted out. But until then, have a glorious Thursday and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.